Okay, so last week, I know at the end of the conversation, you have some good questions, and we didn't have much time to answer the questions. So we said that this week we're going to start, at least we start, with the questions and answers. So if someone would like to ask something, you just unmute yourself and you can ask. Who want to be the first?
I have a question.
Yes, Karina.
Yes. How can we stop worry? Like, how can somebody stop worrying so much about somebody or people that tell you things like, for example, that somebody gets sick, and then I start getting so worried about them, and I scan and I do this and this, but I keep worrying. And some people tell me they have to go through their process, but still, how can you're able to stop worrying so much?
Yeah, this is a very powerful question. And there are different ways that we can look about it. But I think first of all, we need to realize and ask ourselves why are we worried so much about that person? Like we need to ask uh, our emotional system why I feel like that. Why I'm taking it like in and it's affecting my emotions. Because remember, in order for me to help someone, I need to feel his pain. I need to feel what he's going through, but I can't keep it in my system because if I'm keep it in my system, then it's affecting me, and then I cannot do the work, even like spiritual or physical work, I supposed to do. So first of all, I need to ask myself why I feel like that because we might have, let's call it similar feelings or fears that it just activate my fears or my feelings. So I need to find out why I feel like that because this is one. Two, when we busy by doing something, it means like in a sharing mode, we don't think about ourselves. So when a person is, let's say you ask yourself, okay, right away, what can I do for this person? What can I do for this person? And you find yourself busy, so you can't. You usually you don't supposed to think about yourself. But if I'm still thinking about myself, I might not really thinking about the person. I don't know if it makes sense what I'm saying to you right now, but I need it's a thin line between thinking about myself or thinking about the other person, and also why I'm sharing with the person right now. Why it's very important also, because sometimes we can do things because we're afraid. We're afraid about ourselves. We're afraid about what things will happen. So when we come in from that place of fear, also it's not good for us. It's better to balance ourselves before and to come from a place to be proactive about it and not reactive, because then we just continue that energy of negative feelings. So we need to catch that loop, you know, because I know now we all exposed to a lot of negative news, if it's in the real news or it's on Facebook or people calling us and telling us how people like they don't feel well or they're going through different difficulties, and it's all around us, right? So if we want or we don't want, it's going to affect us, you know, because why? Remember, the Kabbalists, they saying that when we hearing something, even you don't want to be involved, it's coming in, you know, and now to take it out, it can take some effort. So imagine how many things we hearing, and not about just the people we care, about maybe other many people. And then when something happened to a person that we care, so everything like coming up to the surface, and suddenly all the fears, all the pain, all the worry, it's coming up, right? So it builds up. And this is why it's better for us, you know, one of the things that Kabbalah teaching us, it's to make sure always to be with the light. It means to prevent those situations that I need to make sure to be strong. To be strong, it means like every day it's a new day. Every day it's a new beginning. Every day there are new blessings. And I have a choice. I have a choice to cleave myself. It's my choice, okay? To cleave myself with the good or with the bad, with the tree of life or the tree of knowledge, bad and good, okay? And even after making that choice, it means I need to take some actions, spiritual and physical actions, okay? So as we mentioned before, yes, one, you can scan the Zohar, you can do Ana Bekoach, you can use all the tools we have. And this is in a spiritual level. But after I connected, now, you know, the 1% world will send the obstacles. We don't need to look for them. He will send us the obstacles because when we earn this light, now we need to manifest the physical action in the world of the 1% to overcome that challenge. It can be small, it can be big, and to go to the next level. So after we scan the Zohar, remember the Zohar cannot do the work for us. When you fill up your car with gasoline, okay, for now at least, it can drive for you. You know, they try to invent now a system that the car will drive, but still you need to activate something in the car, right? So we need to even to put the GPS where we want to go. We need to do something. So also here, when we receiving the light of the Creator, after scanning, after connecting, do meditations, now we're walking in this 1% world. And we need to manifest what we received. And that part is very, very important because sometimes as Kabbalah students or as spiritual people, we keep forgetting that part, that important part of what? Of manifesting in the 1%. We can understand manifestation in the level of making money, paying bills, those things. Or we come into our emotions, we come into things that love, relationships, right? It's hard for us sometimes to get that point of manifesting because, again, to change is not easy. This is why we're supposed to support each other, you know, because we all come in from a place of like, you know, good place because we have the Creator within. So each one of us, we feel we are good people and we are good people, but we still have correction. We still need to correct some points, right? And each one of us need to do it in an individual way, and we supporting each other in a global way, right? Because remember, we all one. At the end of the day, we all one, all humanity. We are all one, we're all coming from Adam. So we need to, during the day, to connect with that, with the part of like doing zoom in and to know to do the zoom out. Most of the times we're doing zoom in and we're stuck there. And when we zoom in, and now you scan the Zohar, you do Ana Bekoach, you do everything while you're still zooming in, if you don't do the zoom out, then what will happen? It will affect the person. Those emotions will affect the person. And it will be very hard for him to let go. So yes, we need to do the zoom in, to feel the pain, to feel what the person is going through, right? Zoom out. Now I'm looking for the right tools, how I can support, how I can help. So we have to find that thin line, each one of us, what will help me to let go. Because remember, the thing is, we need to make sure not to hurt ourselves, because we have also correction. And if we take it in, then we hurting ourselves. It means we add in more parts of negativity to our system that maybe it's not supposed to be there, you know? Maybe we're supposed to help in a way of sharing the light, scanning the Zohar, right? But from a happy place, from a proactive place. But I'm taking it so much deep inside that now it's very hard for me to differentiate between the light, between my negative emotions. So now it's a mix, okay? So again, we can talk about it so much, but I think we have so many tools already from Kabbalah, and we have a lot of information that will help us to check our thoughts and our feelings. And another thing I just want to add before the next question, to remind all of us that we are now in a very, very special time. It's called the String of Messiah. And in this time, the Zohar explain that the Creator, Kadosh Baruch Hu, the energy of Zir Anpin, the light, will come to the Shekhinah, to the Gizel, and he will check who are those that standing with the Shekhinah. I mean, who are those that really like here doing the spiritual work, they want to change, they want to bring the tree of life, the protection, the love, the unity, all of those energies, good blessings from the tree of life, right? So what does it mean for us? It means as Kabbalah students, as spiritual people, right, that we want to be spiritual people, let's say it in a nice way, right? I hope I'm going to say it in a nice way, but no more games, no more games. You know, the universe, it put us in a place of like, that's it. This game is real. And if you thought you just can come to the field and do whatever you want, until now the coach, he was okay with you and let you just be over there and do whatever you want, right now that's it. Now that the coach is looking into details and he's looking into like what we're doing, what we're not doing, and everything is in our face, right? So we need to make sure that whatever I'm saying I want, if it's to help or if it's to receive, what I'm doing in the 1% world to manifest it. Now, it doesn't mean I need to do the entire work, but my job is to prepare the vessel. The light will do the rest. But if I'm just keeping it in a potential state, and it stays there for many years as a dream, it's not going to manifest in the way I want it. Then what will happen, this vessel will be fulfilled with empty space. And I'm sure if we look into those vessels, we will see we have so many of those empty spaces. So also we have to be honest with ourselves, like what's going on in this time, like what I'm really doing, what I'm choosing. I'm really choosing the light. I'm choosing like to live a life without a lot of negativity. And if I'm choosing to live a life because nobody wants a negative life or with a lot of poison of like all the news and the negative information, nobody, I'm sure, want it in a proactive way. But if I'm saying I don't want it, so what I'm doing to prevent it to come into my life, to enter into my life, and how I can prevent it, is to inject more and more and more the light of the Creator. And how I can do that, it's to make sure to prepare more and more vessels by sharing actions and to let the light to reveal in my vessel. Then I'm getting stronger. I can have more certainty. I can start to receive messages and see how I can help those people. Now, not necessarily helping, it means like, you know, you're going to create miracles for them. Because first of all, we need to know how to help ourselves. But to help them in the sense of like sending them energy or vessels or tools to make it easier for them and to walk through the process they need to walk, you know, in this world in a merciful way, in an easy way from the point of the correction, okay? So yes, we don't know each person his correction, and we can just share the light, share the energy, pray for others for sure, and to make sure we're not taking it personally. Because if it happens like that, really when we fall into that negative loop, we can't help no one. We can't even help ourselves. So it's not a win-win, it's a lose-lose. And this is one of the trap of the opponent. I hope I answer your question.
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay.
Hey, boss.
Hello,
I got
Alex.
a question. How are you? How's everybody? Hope everybody's having a good day. My question is as follows. I'm being meditating and doing work every morning. I start at in the middle of the night until 8, 9 p.m. a.m. And what I coming to realize that there is a huge calling for us to acquire a state of mind such as a Hakma state of mind. How, what kind of tools I can practice? How can I get there? And it's because the point is not to get there, but to maintain that Hakma state of mind effortlessly.
Yeah. Okay.
How
It's a
I
good
can
question.
get there? How can I?
Thank you for the question. So, as we study in Kabbalah, to receive there is a sentence that says, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And what does it mean? It's not just a physical teacher. It means that our job in this world, we can read many, many books. We can say the sentences and beautiful things from the books by heart, right? Even say the pages and everything, right? Also, a person can know the entire Zohar. Michael Berg explained once, you can know the entire Zohar by heart, all the secrets from the Zohar. But still, we need to remember it's 1%. It's 1%. Because the Zohar, it's a bridge between here and the 99%. But even the entire Zohar, it's still just 1% because we live in the 1% world. Okay, so what I should do, right? So the main thing of what we study in Kabbalah, it's how to cleave myself with that light of wisdom. And the Kabbalah is saying in a simple way, what we see it's not so simple. We need to create more and more vessels of light of mercy. Light of mercy. And this is actually all of those actions of sharing. Now, the actions of sharing of I don't have agenda in those sharing. It's a pure sharing because I understand it's a tool for me to cleave myself with the light of the Creator. It's called light of wisdom. Now, that light of wisdom, as I said before, it's something that we receive in when we're ready. When the vessel is ready, this energy, the light of the Creator, will reveal into my vessel. And again, each one of us is a different channel. Let's say if you check the Kabbalist books, right? Each one of them, even though it's look like they saying sometimes the same, but it's not the same. Each one of them revealed the light of the Creator in a different way. Okay? So even they were Kabbalists, right? But they reveal the light. Each one of them have a different job to reveal different type of secrets about the same topic even. So each one of us is a very unique individual. And each one of us supposed to reveal different type of light. What's the important is I need to ask myself and ask the light, what do I need to reveal? Because sometimes we can see and look about other people, what they're doing, and I want to be like him, right? He's wise or whatever. Yes, it's good, but why not to be like you? I want to be like me. So I want to ask from the Creator, I'm going to, I'm going to build all of those light of mercy vessels, but I want to reveal the light of wisdom I'm supposed to reveal to the world. If it's inventions, if it's solutions for things, if it's even to have the right word in the right moment that I'm going to tell this person and he's going to elevate himself. Because imagine if I know how to elevate myself and I can say something to elevate the other person, we can all go together. We can elevate humanity, okay? So when we're talking about wisdom, it's not necessarily just the 1%, that it's important also because we need to learn. So we need to have the 1% wisdom also for sure, and how the world works and everything we study in Kabbalah. But also if we want to, imagine how much you can remember, right? But sometimes it happens to us when we talk with people, suddenly you remember subjects and you it's flow, right? And many times we're saying things we don't even know from where we know those things. This is the light of the Creator that reveal in that moment, okay? So the more we purify in our vessel, the more we thinking, how can I share today my energy, my gifts, my light, and I'm walking out of my comfort zone, I can prepare more vessel that the light of wisdom can reveal into my vessel, and then I'm growing and I can share more. Yes, please.
Thank you.
Somebody have more questions?
Okay. Actually, it's kind of continuation of the first question.
Yes.
How do I eliminate, you were talking yesterday in the Zohar class about negative thoughts. How do I eliminate? Because, okay, you can eliminate, you read the Zohar and you eliminate for an hour or 2 hours and then it comes back. So how do you not really control, but have the consciousness all the time to eliminate those negative thoughts? Especially this time that's like you have negative news from all over and you're trying to avoid it.
Yes. So I will give you the the answer I received now.
Okay, good.
I love this example because this example comes from the sport world.
Okay.
You know that when you see two people doing judo, right? You watch judo,
Right.
See two men holding each other, right? It looks almost boring, you know, if you don't know the rules, it's like kind of boring, right? What are they doing, those people, right? Not even boxing, no kickboxing, just pushing each other, right? But one of the rules, one of the secrets over there that, because I learned judo many, many years ago, so that example I received from there, that, you know, what they using actually, they using, because you see them like, even for 5 minutes, like doing this, and suddenly in a second, somebody doing something, and the other guy on the floor, right? And he said, how we can lift this guy? Like, he's so heavy. How we lift him, right? What, he's like Superman? So one of the tricks over there is like 20% your power, 80% using the power, the strength of your opponent. And this is how they do in the Ippon. Because they're waiting for what? For that second that the person wasn't concentrate, and they're using his power to push him down. So the same way, you know, with negative thoughts or with any negativity, we're trying to fight it. Now, the more you try to fight something negative, the more it's going to stick in your brain. And this is the trick over there, because when we think it says, there is a sentence that says, Sur mera va'aseh tov. Run away from bad, and you should do good. And the Kabbalah is asking, why? Why do they need to repeat it twice? Why? If you tell a person, run away from bad, he understands he should do good. What else he should do, right? Or if you tell a person, you should do good, he understands he shouldn't do bad, right?
Yeah.
They're saying, when you run away from bad, it's not enough just to run away from the bad, because when you run away from bad, you're going to think about running away from bad. So you mentioned bad.
So you think about it all the time.
All the time, right?
Actually.
Yes. So run away from bad and do good. So now after you find this negative thought, what is the Ippon? What is like 80% of the opponent? I'm not fighting the negative thought. I was explain, when you discover the negativity, now you need to find something like a tool from the light to remove it, to clean it. So first of all, when we find the negative thought, let's call it right now, negative thought. So when I discovered it's a negative thought for me, it means 51% it's already gone from my system, first of all, because I discovered it's negative for me. Now the other 49, I need to find something to deal with it. So if you scan the Zohar, it's not enough. Find the physical thing to be busy with, because remember, especially now when we are, most of us, we are most of the time at home, right? It's kind of different for us right now. When you are at the office, when you drive in, you're meeting people, you have negative thoughts, but you know there are so many other things we busy with, we don't pay attention. Now when we're
You don't have time to think.
yes, more time to think, more time to pay attention. But it's good, not bad. It's good. Why? Because I can purify more my system. I can really start to see how my opponent attacking me and how he put me down. So I can pay more attention. So it's good. It's not bad. But because it's more obvious now, right? So now I need to say, okay, just a second, right? I discovered it, right? Okay, so let me check. Okay, one, let's say I scan the Zohar. Okay, I remove it for a while, but not enough. We need to find, because when we out there, we taking physical actions, right? So we don't really pay attention, but it's still there. The problem is still there. We didn't solve the problem of the negative thought. Now I need to find the way, when I'm at home, to take some physical action that will take me out of that situation. As I said before in the first question of Karina, that I need to find a way to do something like act of sharing. Act of sharing. You know, when a person is busy, there's no time for the negative thought to enter. When I'm busy with the tree of life, tree of knowledge, you can just knock on the door, but I'm not going to open the door. I don't care. It's like when a person, let's try to put an example. When a person have a strong vision about invention that he have, or an idea, if that invention, he see it like in his, he see the vision, he have it like in his system, he have strong desire to manifest it, no one can take it out, down, you know, take it out of his system. People will try, say, oh no, it's not going to work, you're going to lose money, every time a person will tell him, you can't do it, you can't, what will happen into his system? How I'm going to do it?
Stronger.
I'm going to find a person, right? And we know from many stories about different people in this world that they have a strong vision, hopefully good visions, not negative visions, that actually people were against them and they manifested. And we all benefit from it, right? So we need to learn from those good examples of like, wow, you know what? It's not just that they have negative thoughts. The opponent send people, the most loving and closest people to those people, to tell them that they can't make it. And what they did, they actually went against all odds, right? This is what I'm saying. When we have strong desire, nothing can break real desire. Okay? So let's first of all try not to fight the negative thoughts in a way of thinking of them all the time, and to find a different era that I'm going to be busy with, and that illusion will actually move away.
Okay, thank you.
We have time for another question, I think. If somebody have one. If not, it's also okay.
Michael, I have a question. Well, like you said, in this time we are not in the time of running all the time. We start to see many negative things, many negative acts that we, in the usual time, we can't realize because it's running and change all the time the things. And when we recognize that negative thoughts or maybe action that is not right, the thing is, we keep this sensation of negativity and we feel sad for that. And what is the best way to, we need to feel it and we need to remove it.
Yeah.
But because the next day is a new day, but how is the best way to start working on this to correct this negative action of thoughts?
So let me answer to all of your questions because it's kind of one question in different variations.
Yeah.
Let's make it simple because it's a lot of details, but let's make it simple. What we want to concentrate right now, and actually we're supposed to concentrate on that for the entire life, for the entire our lives. Why? Remember, the Kabbalists explain about Tahara and Kedusha, and also about Tum'ah and Tahara. It's mean purification and impureness. And we intend to believe and to connect more with the impure things than the pure things. If someone will tell you something negative, you believe it more than someone will tell you something positive about the same person even. Now, this is the nature of the person, right? We intend to believe more to negative things and we take it in easier than positive. Positive, I don't know, let me check, I'm not sure. Negative, really? Are you sure? Oh my God, I didn't know. Like, the way we react, it's like, why you believe it so fast? Why you not say, I don't know, let me check, So what we would like to do, in a simple way, let's start to pay more attention to all of the poisons in our life. I don't want to take in any type of poison, if it's spiritual and if it's physical. And you're going to see, when you're going to start to look on those poisons, it's not always obvious because we hurting ourselves so much, we don't even pay attention. We remember just the, few words, but when you're going to start to make more research on a daily basis, you're going to see how much the opponent is injecting poison in our thoughts, in our feelings, in our food, in everything, and we take it in. And then everything affecting our emotions, everything, affecting the way we talk, the way we walk, the way we take in actions. So let's start first of all start to make a research, even write down to yourselves. What are the poisons stuff in my day? Not just in my life, in my day, every day. Sunday, Monday, write down, And if you can't remember, just find the time you can stop and you can look back, a few hours back, and write down. Write down different type of thoughts, different type of things that you, maybe feelings, people that hurt you, you hurt other people, food you eat, what type of poisons. So many times we want to be spiritual and we want to be pure, but we contaminate, how do you say that? We put in so much garbage.
Contaminate.
Yeah, contaminate, yes. I was excited. We put so much garbage inside of our system, then we can't differentiate between pureness, holiness, we get confused. No, you know what? It's better to know what not to say than what to say. Because if I know what not to take in, so for sure you're going to do things that are good things. But if I'm just, what to do, I'm going to do so many mistakes because that rashness, the opponent will put like different type of things we don't want to have. Okay? And something powerful of this parasha, and you all ask the same question. So we have 2 minutes, I'm just going to tell you. It says, בעבודת השם חשוב מאוד לזכור שאסור להיות מושפע מהסביבה. This is the answer. It says, when you're doing the spiritual work, the work of the light, you should remember you can't be affected by the environment. And to concentrate on your spiritual work. I wish all of you have an amazing, amazing day, many blessings, and be safe.
Thank you to you too.
Thank you,
Thank
Michael.
you, teacher.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank